Good afternoon, and welcome to Manassas Ballet Theatre. My name is JeanMarie Komyathy, and I serve as the treasurer on the board of directors. We're here today to talk with our choreographers for our March production of Peter and the Wolf and more. The production includes Peter and the Wolf, staged by Vadim Slatvitskiy, Fresh Cut Grass, staged by Kaitlin Frankenfield, and Exit Door, staged by Ahmed Nabil. We'd like to spend some time today learning about how they do their choreographic process and what's behind bringing this production together. So please welcome our choreographers. Vadim Slatvitskiy, can you share a little bit about your background and what brought you to Manassas Ballet Theatre?
One day I'm looking for a job, and my friend just recommended try call to Manassas Ballet Theatre and ask, and I called. He said yes, come in.
And where did you do your dance training?
Russia, Novosibirsk city, it's Siberia.
Okay, thank you.
So I graduated there.
Okay. And Kaitlin, where did you do your dance training and what brought you to Manassas Ballet Theatre?
I grew up in Pennsylvania, so I started with a school there. And in high school, I attended the North Carolina School of the Arts. And then I went on to college at the University of Cincinnati. They have a conservatory of music that has a ballet program. I ended up here at Manassas. I came to see a performance that I had a few friends that were dancing here already. I was dancing in Maryland at the time, and I came and I saw the theater and the live orchestra and the big classic ballets, and I was like, I have to do that. And so I auditioned. Been here ever since.
Wonderful, thank you. And Ahmed Nabil, what brought you to Manassas Ballet Theatre and where did you do your dance training?
Well, actually, I'm from Egypt. I learned ballet in Egypt and Academy of Arts. I graduated in 1999, and I take my high degree in Bachelor of Art of Choreograph 2004. I'm former principal dancer for Cairo Opera House. And I went to United States and I auditioned here with Miss Amy from 2 years ago, and I became soloist for MBT.
Wonderful. Well, welcome to all of you, and we're very glad that you're all here. So I'd like to talk a little bit about what brought you to being a choreographer. Ahmed, I heard that you said you did your degree in that, so
yeah.
That was your interest as you were going through your training?
Yes, but actually this is not my first time to start choreograph. I choreograph a lot of performance in Egypt. And I have like a lot of prizes as a choreographer. That's why I would like to introduce myself also in Manassas Ballet Theatre.
Great, thank you.
And it's a good opportunity for me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Kaitlin, what brought you to choreography?
I have always choreographed on students as a teacher, and I've never choreographed on professional dancers before, and I thought 2020, 2021, why not? Let's give it a try.
All
And
right.
Amy gave me the opportunity.
Wonderful. Okay. Kaitlin, what inspires you as a choreographer?
I'm primarily inspired by the music. I notice with myself, I don't tend to have a movement like style. I kind of change it to whatever music is happening. And so my choreography for this show is a little different than usual because the music's a little different.
Okay, great. So Vadim, can you tell us about the piece that you're choreographing for this production? What's it about, and what is the story behind it?
So this is ballet is for children. It's small ballet. It's about little boy. He live with grandfather in the forest. They have animals around house. So it's bird, cat, of course wolf, duck. Yes, it's about boy who not scared wolf and catch him.
All right, wonderful. And do the characters tell the story through their movements, or is it more through the music, or is it a combination?
I think movements, because it's very interesting to show to kids animals movements. Because for ballet dancers it's easy. Show to animals character, it's different.
So this would be a great ballet for children to watch and be
Yes.
introduced to
Yes.
ballet.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And Ahmed, can you tell us a little bit about your piece and the story behind it?
Yeah, let me explain in short my story. So I will read from my translation. I hope it's helpful. So we don't realize things until the moment that they are gone. Okay, And if something stays in our hands, we lose the sense of it. And there is a doors that we feel are closed, and then we discover that this is a real entrance. So it's in short, it's my story in short.
Okay. And is the story told through the music or through the movements, or is it a combination?
Well, actually, it's through the music, really. Yeah, because it's same like Kaitlin, she said, it's music, it's inspired me too.
Okay, wonderful. So when you are putting a piece together, do you listen to the music first and then get the story and then the steps come to you? Or do you have the steps that you might want to do and then you find a piece of music that fits them? And I'll open this to whichever one of you would like to answer.
Yes, actually, I hear a lot of music, and this really gave me a lot of inspiration. That's why I start to create. So first I choose music, and after I start to create some movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're inspired by the music and then the steps come to you and then you put it together.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
wonderful. Do the steps ever come first and then you have to find music to fit to them?
For me,
Yeah.
No, for any of you,
Yeah.
that's fine.
okay, exactly. Peter and Wolf, for me, it's first story,
Okay,
and then music,
okay,
and then I do steps and.
okay. Wonderful, wonderful. So obviously the magic in the choreography is making the steps tell the story through the music. And that's really what brings it to life on stage. How much do the costumes and the setting and the props contribute or enhance that? I'll start with Kaitlin.
I think it depends a lot on the mood that you're going for in your piece. I know for my piece, I kind of wanted simplicity, and so the costumes are simple. The background is going to be simple, and my piece is shorter. It's the shortest one on the program. So for me, that doesn't really apply as much to this piece, but I think for something maybe like Peter and the Wolf, the costumes are very important to show that they're animals, and
Right.
we have some set pieces,
Right.
to show Peter coming out of his house. So I think it kind of depends on what you're after, what your vision is.
Okay, wonderful, thank you. So I'll open this up to all of you as well. What is it like to choreograph on your peers? Is it a challenge, or do you find it enjoyable, or you're working with these dancers in class every day, you're dancing on stage with them, and now you're building a piece on them? What's that like?
Well, actually, for me, it's both. It's challenging for myself, and also it's a kind of joy. I like to choreograph.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I'm having a really nice time. It was nice to walk into the studio and I know everyone that I'm working with. Sometimes I choreograph on students that I don't know very well, but I've known most of these dancers for upwards of 5 years, and even the students that I've been working with in my piece, I know them very well. So I think I've had a nice relationship with the dancers for them to say, oh, I didn't really like that, it's not really working, and they feel comfortable, and then we find a solution, and I think it's going to make the piece better.
Okay, great. And I know that all three of you are dancing in your own pieces. What is that like? What is the challenge for trying to build the piece and make sure it's wonderful, but also be in it at the same time? Vadim, I'll start with you on that one.
Oh, my piece, it's so funny. I have character, grandfather,
Okay.
and same time, and it's difficult. My character is so serious, and guys around me, they do some steps like child.
Okay.
And I need to keep myself keep serious, control everyone, and I can't smile. It's
So it's really the character that you have to stay in,
Yeah.
and doing that while everybody else around you may be being silly or doing other things. Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
And anyway, my face and my character serious, but it's make some people funny,
Uh-huh.
laughing too.
Okay. Okay. And what about for Kaitlin or Ahmed? What's it like to dance in your own piece?
I'm every time we rehearse mine and I run it with them, I'm like I have like side eye on people and I'm yelling at them while I'm also dancing. So that's been kind of fun.
Do you rely on the other choreographers and Miss Amy and Vadim to watch your piece if
Yeah.
necessary to
Oh, yeah.
help clean it and make sure that it gets to the level of professionalism you want?
Vadim is also in my piece,
Okay.
and he'll sit out sometimes and watch and see if there's anything
Critical.
I'm missing.
Okay.
Or he can be a little more firm with some of the dancers than I am, so that
Okay.
can help
Okay.
sometimes.
And the same for you, Ahmed?
For me, yeah, it's a little bit hard to choreograph and to follow also other dancers. But what it's a good way that you can show what you want to other
Okay.
dancers. So what you want in your choreography, you can show them.
Right.
But actually, it's a good way.
Right.
But it's hard. But actually, sometimes it's funny because sometimes I forgot my choreograph because you start choreograph for everyone, for each one.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I forgot my
Uh-huh.
my choreograph and I start follow dancers. Yeah, but
Okay.
it's some funny. It's some fun. Yeah.
So as you go into this production, how did you prepare to be both a choreographer and a dancer? You put your energy into what you want the dance to be, you put your energy into the creativity, and then you'll eventually get to where you have to put your energy into performing it well. How do you mentally prepare for that and get yourself ready for that? I'll start with you, Kaitlin or Ahmed, either one.
I think I've kind of been going back and forth. When we first started, I was just in choreographer mode, and I wanted to get my piece finished and make sure everyone knew what they were doing. And then once it was done, then I kind of transitioned into being more of a dancer and running it with all of them. And as we get closer now, we're doing costume run-throughs. I'm kind of trying to balance both, but I think as we go into the theater, I'm going to be a dancer and let my piece go into the world and trust everybody that they're going to do the right thing.
Okay.
And hopefully it works out.
Okay, and Ahmed, how about you?
For me, I like to share everything with other dancers as a choreographer. I like to share everything. I like to explain to them the story, costume, light plan, everything. That's why it will be much easier for me to explain to them what I want, and they understand and they translate for their movement. That's why I like to share everything with all dancers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I'd like to talk a little bit about how you selected the people that were in your piece. So Kaitlin, I know you have some students in your piece. I think Ahmed, you have a student in
Yeah.
your piece. So there was an audition process for them. And there's got to be some kind of a selection process for your piece, Vadim, where dancers from the company were chosen for the specific roles. What is that like? What is the audition process like? And what is it like to select the particular dancers for the particular roles? And I'll start with you, Vadim.
Of course, I'm ballet master. I give classes, and on the classes, I watch how people working, how movement, and then I choosing who can do this part, who can do this part,
Okay.
like that. So for me, this is audition.
Okay.
That's a special audition.
Okay.
And then just talking with Miss Amy, I give 2 lists of cast, and we're talking about yes or no, and like that.
Okay. But then the others auditioned through an audition process for the students of the academy. And what was that like?
I gave the students a movement phrase that actually the company was already doing. So I had them actually try the steps that the professional dancers were doing. And I really was watching to see who was going to be enthusiastic and try hard.
Okay.
My piece is a little bit more fun and less technical, and so I really needed the right personality.
Okay.
More so than a position or a line.
Okay.
So that it was a little bit different actually of a selection process than
So
usual.
does it give them a little bit of time to be a little creative in what they're doing as well, because it's a little bit less technical?
Yeah, I was asking to see their artistry, which for students can be difficult. They're used to being asked to be technical all the time.
Right. And Ahmed, how about for you? I know you only have one student in your piece, so
Yeah, right. Because in addition, also same like how Kaitlin explained, we give them some movement from company, and what actually it's about how many girls you need or how many students you need.
Okay.
So I was need, for example, one girl, it's same tall, same line like other ballet dancer from company. That's why I choose one student for my piece.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, I like to work with all students, of course, but maybe next time. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I believe we've come to the end of our time today, but I wanted to say thank you to all of you for sharing a small piece of yourself and the process to bring these wonderful pieces to life. I think it's always interesting to hear the story behind the piece, and as a dancer myself, to see what goes on from the classroom to the studio to the stage is just a wonderful progression. Our production will be streamed through Vimeo for 30 days, beginning March 27th at 7:30 p.m. For more information, you can visit the Manassas Ballet Theatre website at www.manassasballet.org. We hope you enjoyed our discussion today and look forward to seeing you in our theater soon. Please enjoy Peter and the Wolf and more.